Is it secret? Is it safe?
Hi there. Long time no see. It's been a crazy past 2 years, not just for me, but for everybody on this planet. Hope you're doing good. So today I want to share with you guys the process of how I did my portrait commission. I basically just started doing sketches, trying to practice more portrait drawings and getting my lighting correct. I then posted those as content on Instagram. I picked Gandalf scenes from Lord of the Rings because I love them and he is great practice. I got this really nice black paper, and I never drew on black paper before, so I decided to give it a shot. After I posted my first sketch, I immediately got a comment on Instagram asking if I was selling it. We talked for a bit, and she wanted me to commission her a portrait sketch with a quote, and I did. Anyways, let's actually get into the art part right now. I know people like to sketch out the shape of the head immediately, but I work really weird with my art. What I do is I always actually work from the eyes. The eyes for me are like the bases of the face, and from the eyes I can work much easier into the rest of the face. The thing with this black paper and white pencil is that I really needed to almost think in reverse when it came to shading and lighting. I had to erase pencil marks to create shadow. It was really challenging at first because I wasn't used to working on this type of paper, but I adapted pretty fast. Honestly, it was really fun exploring this method, so make sure to try it and let me know how it went. Keep in mind to not put too much pressure on your pencil. If you make a mistake, it will be harder to erase. I recommend using a kneadable eraser for portrait sketches as you can really get precise with erasing and it won't smudge your work or damage the paper. Another neat trick that I want to show you guys is that when I need to erase certain parts that are very small or precise, I just grab a bit of my kneadable eraser and I put that on top of a little toothpick, or as you can see here, I actually put it on the back of my paintbrush and just wrap it around, and then it's much easier to erase little areas more precisely. I also sometimes do it with my pencil, but I don't recommend that because if you press too hard, the pencil will just push through the kneadable eraser and you'll have a pencil mark instead of an erased mark. I don't recommend that. So grab a toothpick, grab a paintbrush, grab God knows what, anything that's pointy, and just use that as a little eraser. It's really nice. I now basically finished the right side of his face. Now I'm just moving on to the other eye. As you can see, I'm just erasing and redoing little parts just to make sure that it's in the right spot. So please don't be scared to erase God knows how many times. Don't be scared of erasing at all. If you feel like you're not happy with your drawing or your portrait and you can change it, just do it, because why not? Just have fun. Just make sure the eyes are correct, that they're aligned, that the face is right, and just have fun. As you can see, I'm now working on his forehead, trying to get the wrinkles correct, erasing some parts to really make sure that you can see the shadow. So now I'm basically almost done with the part of the face. So now it goes over to the hair part. Make sure you put the right values and the right tones on the hair. Make sure your hair is not too thick, but make sure there's also enough shadows and shading that you can see that the hair is not just one blob, but that it's actually different strands coming together. And now it's time for the quote. I forgot to turn on my camera when I needed to, so you kind of see me already like working on the quote, making sure the letter's on the right spot, and I noticed that I was struggling with this part a lot. I'm really bad with lettering, so don't mind me. Also, don't do what I do. As you can see, I put in the writing a little bit too thick, which makes it harder to erase, which makes it a bit more messier. Definitely start very light and then add more pressure to your pencil. Don't do what I do, kids. Do as I say, not as I do. Not kids. You guys are probably fully grown people. There might be kids too. You know, I'm not judging here. I don't care what your age is. You're welcome here. How about that? Man, I really truly love this quote and carry it with me. Most of the quotes in Lord of the Rings mean a lot to me and help me through tough times. So we're basically done now with the quote, and now I'm just cutting out the artwork. I really should have sharpened my Stanley knife because it honestly wasn't a clean cut. It could have been better. Thankfully, it was still nice and straight. And then I made sure to also put my initials on the back, the date, and my autograph at the front. Make sure you do not forget to put your autograph on your art. I still mess up with that often where I forget to put my autograph, so don't do what I do. I finally finished the commission and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. When I finished, I prepped for shipping and sent it out immediately. I'm glad that when I look back on the first sketch, I managed to improve, which brings me to the last tip of the video. Do some small sketches first before starting your final piece. You'll have a better understanding of what you're working with, and you can look back and see your art progress. Thank you all for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more art content. Until next time.